We know you're a good person, but it's important to understand that not everyone is like you. Our hearts want to believe there's a solution for the world. We have hope in people. But if we're not careful, we can get hurt. Unfortunately, there are many malicious people, and occasionally they will cross our paths. Pay attention to the signs and stay away from such people. You've probably met someone who is genuinely cruel, who hurts others' feelings without remorse and takes advantage of others' weaknesses. Sometimes these behaviors are so subtle that we don't even realize we're dealing with a bad person. Let's talk about the signs indicating you're dealing with someone like that. Some people will always try to make you feel guilty about a situation or pretend to like you in your presence but speak badly about you behind your back. It's important to be prepared because sometimes outsiders will try to disturb your peace, but other times it will be people from your own family. Family is a blessing from God, of that we have no doubt. But unfortunately, some people tend strongly towards a bad version of themselves. In today's video, we will show you 10 signs that you're dealing with a bad person and what you should do when these people cross your path. Before the first sign, make sure you've hit the like button if you're someone who loves learning about life wisdom, and leave your comment, "Yeah, I'm ready for that." Now, let's get started. Let's go with the first sign, number 1, pleasure in others' pain. An evil people feels pleasure when seeing others suffer. If you know someone who seems to rejoice in others' pain, like laughing or smiling when seeing someone going through a difficult time, that's a clear sign you're dealing with a bad person. This behavior shows a total lack of empathy and can lead to harmful situations created for their own pleasure. Imagine a coworker who, instead of offering help when you're overwhelmed, laughs at your difficulties, or a friend who, upon hearing about your personal problem, makes jokes instead of offering support. These attitudes are not only insensitive, but reveal a cruel character. Such people may even deliberately provoke bad situations for others, just to have the pleasure of seeing someone suffer. They can also spread gossip and create conflicts just to enjoy the chaos they've caused. It's important to recognize these signs early and distance yourself from those who exhibit this type of behavior to protect your own emotional health and well-being. Evil often reveals itself in unexpected ways, none more insidious than through the pleasure some derive from witnessing others suffer. Imagine encountering someone who, instead of offering a helping hand during your struggles, reacts with amusement or even mockery. This indifference or schadenfreude, a term encapsulating joy at others' misfortune, speaks volumes about a person's moral compass and capacity for empathy. Consider the colleague who, rather than assisting when deadlines loom, finds amusement in your stress. This behavior isn't merely a lack of sensitivity, it reflects a deeper disregard for others' well-being. Similarly, think of a friend who responds to your personal crisis not with empathy, but with dismissive jests. Such reactions unveil a troubling aspect of their character, a willingness to find entertainment in others' pain. Those who take pleasure in others' suffering may go beyond passive amusement. They might actively instigate conflicts, spread damaging rumors, or engineer scenarios designed to cause harm. For them, the resulting turmoil isn't an unintended consequence but a source of gratification, a perverse game where emotional manipulation and control reign supreme. Psychologically, this behavior underscores a significant deficit in empathy, a cornerstone of healthy social interaction. Studies emphasize empathy's role in fostering societal cohesion and individual well-being. When individuals revel in others' suffering, they not only breach social norms but also foster an environment where trust and mutual respect erode, replaced by cynicism and division. The impact of such behavior extends far beyond immediate circumstances. Imagine a workplace poisoned by someone who sabotages colleagues for personal enjoyment. Productivity declines, morale suffers, and team dynamics deteriorate. In personal relationships, friendships fracture under the weight of callous disregard, leaving lasting emotional scars. Across cultures and throughout history, the motif of the malevolent figure finding delight in others' pain persists. From ancient myths to contemporary literature, these characters serve as cautionary tales, illustrating the dangers of unchecked cruelty. They remind us that evil isn't always grandiose. It can be subtle, hiding in everyday actions and attitudes that diminish human dignity. Recognizing these signs early is crucial for personal well-being. It requires attentiveness to how individuals respond to adversity, not just their words but their actions and demeanor. Someone who consistently exhibits pleasure at others' misfortunes reveals a deeper flaw that merits careful consideration, and often, a deliberate choice to distance oneself. Choosing to distance oneself from such individuals isn't merely about preference. It's about safeguarding emotional health and fostering a supportive environment. Surrounding oneself with empathetic, compassionate individuals cultivates a space where personal growth and mutual respect thrive, shielding against the corrosive effects of callous behavior. In educational settings, nurturing empathy and discouraging behaviors that glorify others' suffering are critical. By instilling values of kindness and respect, we equip future generations to resist the allure of malicious acts disguised as harmless amusement or jests. The choice between empathy and callous indifference shapes our interactions and defines our communities. By identifying and rejecting behaviors that derive pleasure from others' pain, we uphold values that nurture compassion, empathy, and genuine human connection. It's a conscious decision to build a better world, one where empathy triumphs over cruelty, and where every individual's dignity and well-being are upheld and respected. Number 2. Need to control your life. Have you ever nurtured a bonsai tree? Those miniature marvels require constant pruning and shaping to maintain their form. But what if that same relentless control was applied to human lives? That's the essence of someone who craves absolute control. They see the world as a garden to be meticulously manicured, with themselves as the head gardener. This obsessive need for control isn't just about micromanaging tasks. It's a symptom of a deeper insecurity. Studies by the American Psychological Association suggest a link between controlling personalities and a lack of self-confidence. They feel powerless without dominance, hindering not just their own growth, but also stifling the creativity and initiative of those around them. Imagine a creative team where every idea needs the controller's stamp of approval, a breeding ground for stagnation, not innovation. Control often masquerades in sheep's clothing, manipulating emotions to achieve dominance. A partner might feign illness to guilt you out of an evening out, or a parent might withhold affection as punishment for perceived disobedience. This emotional abuse, subtle yet insidious, erodes trust and creates a toxic environment. It's like living in a psychological minefield, where every step could trigger a manipulative explosion. Healthy friendships are a dance, a harmonious interplay of give and take. But the controller sees friendships as a solo performance, dictating the music and choreography. Imagine a friend who constantly picks the restaurants, movies, and even your vacation destinations. These lopsided dynamics leave you feeling like a passive observer in your own life, rather than an active participant. The controller's justifications can be as manipulative as their actions. They might frame their possessiveness as a love, or their excessive monitoring as a keeping you safe. Imagine a partner who tracks your location on their phone, claiming it's out of concern. This blurs the lines between genuine care and a desire for complete control. It makes it difficult to establish boundaries or call out the controlling behavior for what it is. Unchecked controlling behavior can spiral into a dangerous cycle. What starts as minor micromanagement can escalate into verbal abuse or even physical violence. Research by the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence highlights this concerning link. Recognizing the warning signs early and taking steps to protect yourself is crucial. The need to control isn't just emotionally damaging to others, it's a prison for the controller themselves. They live with constant anxiety, a fear of losing power that fuels their controlling tendencies. Imagine the mental exhaustion of constantly needing to orchestrate every situation and person around you. They miss out on the joy of genuine connection and spontaneous experiences, living a life dictated by fear rather than freedom. Breaking free from a controlling relationship requires recognizing the dynamic and asserting your boundaries. Communicate your needs clearly, and don't be afraid to walk away from a toxic situation. It might be difficult, but it's essential for reclaiming your autonomy and well-being. Leadership thrives on inspiration and empowerment, not control. Imagine a workplace where collaboration is encouraged, or a friendship where you feel supported and valued. A healthy life is one where you feel free to make your own choices, to blossom and grow without the constraints of someone else's desires. It's about cultivating your own unique garden, not being a bonsai forever stunted in someone else's vision. Number 3. Strange feeling when you're around them. Feeling a strange sensation around certain individuals can be a profound indicator of their character, often revealing subtle aspects of their energy and intentions. This sensation might manifest as unease, discomfort, or a vague sense of distrust, prompting us to question our interactions and reactions. Human beings are wired with innate instincts that evolved over millennia to detect potential threats. When we encounter someone who triggers feelings of discomfort, it could be our subconscious mind picking up on subtle cues that our conscious awareness hasn't fully processed. These cues might include nonverbal communication, such as body language and facial expressions, which can reveal underlying emotions or intentions that are not explicitly communicated. Cultural and contextual factors also play a role in how we interpret these feelings. Different societies have distinct social norms and etiquettes that dictate acceptable behavior and interactions. Deviations from these norms can create a sense of discomfort or unease as we navigate unfamiliar or potentially conflicting social dynamics. Psychological studies support the idea that our bodies react to stimuli faster than our conscious minds can process. This means that feeling strange around someone could be a preemptive response to perceived threats or inconsistencies in their behavior. This phenomenon is not limited to personal interactions but can also affect group dynamics in various settings, such as workplaces or social gatherings. Ignoring these feelings of discomfort can have detrimental effects on our emotional well-being. Continually exposing ourselves to individuals who evoke negative reactions can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and a diminished sense of security in our environments. Over time, this can erode our trust in others and impact our ability to form healthy relationships. Intuition, often referred to as a gut feeling or sixth sense, plays a significant role in these perceptions. While intuition can sometimes be influenced by biases or past experiences, it often serves as a valuable guide in assessing potential threats or dangers in our surroundings. Learning to trust and respect these intuitive reactions can empower us to make informed decisions and protect ourselves from harm. Real-life examples and case studies illustrate the importance of listening to these intuitive warnings. Stories of individuals who ignored their instincts and faced negative consequences underscore the validity of these feelings as essential warning signs. By reflecting on these experiences, we can glean insights into how our instincts can serve as valuable tools for self-protection and decision-making. Setting boundaries is another crucial aspect of managing feelings of discomfort. Establishing clear boundaries allows us to protect our emotional and mental well-being by limiting our exposure to individuals who consistently evoke negative feelings. This assertiveness in boundary setting fosters healthier relationships and promotes a more positive environment in both personal and professional settings. Recognizing and honoring feelings of discomfort around certain individuals is not merely about being overly suspicious or judgmental. It is about respecting our innate instincts and leveraging them as tools for self-protection and emotional well-being. By understanding the underlying reasons behind these feelings and taking proactive steps to address them, we can cultivate healthier relationships and environments that support our personal growth and happiness. Number 4. Lack of responsibility. Imagine a scenario in history where the refusal to accept responsibility had catastrophic consequences. The sinking of the Titanic in 1912 serves as a poignant example. Despite warnings of icebergs in the vicinity, the ship's captain, Edward Smith, chose to maintain high speed. When disaster struck and the ship collided with an iceberg, leading to the deaths of over 1,500 passengers and crew, subsequent investigations revealed a culture of misplaced priorities and a lack of accountability among the ship's leadership. This tragic event underscores the profound impact of irresponsibility in leadership and decision-making, where ignoring warnings and deflecting blame can have devastating consequences. In organizational settings, the lack of responsibility can manifest in subtle yet significant ways. For instance, leaders who fail to acknowledge their role in organizational failures or setbacks may foster a culture of fear and mistrust among employees. This lack of transparency and accountability can stifle innovation and hinder progress, as employees feel discouraged from taking initiative or addressing issues openly. Who habitually avoid responsibility often exhibit traits of entitlement or a sense of superiority. They may perceive themselves as above reproach, dismissing feedback or criticism as unwarranted. This mindset not only impedes personal growth but also undermines collaborative efforts and team cohesion, as others may feel marginalized or undervalued in their contributions. In personal relationships, the consequences of irresponsibility can be deeply emotional and destabilizing. A partner who consistently blames external factors or circumstances for relational conflicts may avoid confronting underlying issues or making necessary changes. This pattern of behavior can lead to resentment, communication breakdowns, and ultimately, the erosion of trust and intimacy within the relationship. Statistics highlight the pervasive impact of irresponsibility in various aspects of life. For example, studies on workplace dynamics indicate that unresolved conflicts due to lack of accountability can contribute to increased absenteeism, higher turnover rates, and decreased job satisfaction. In family dynamics, the refusal to take responsibility for one's actions can perpetuate cycles of dysfunction and emotional distress, affecting children's well-being and family unity. Proverbs and wisdom from diverse cultures provide insights into the consequences of avoiding responsibility. An ancient Greek proverb states, "A bad workman blames his tools," emphasizing the folly of attributing failures to external factors rather than personal competence or effort. Similarly, in Native American traditions, the proverb "He who blames others has a long way to go on his journey" underscores the importance of self-reflection and accountability in personal growth and development. Addressing patterns of irresponsibility requires a multifaceted approach that includes self-awareness, communication skills, and systemic changes. Encouraging a culture of accountability within organizations involves leadership modeling transparency, fostering open dialogue, and implementing clear frameworks for evaluating performance and addressing shortcomings. In therapeutic settings, approaches such as narrative therapy or solution-focused therapy can help individuals explore underlying beliefs and behaviors related to irresponsibility. By reframing narratives and identifying constructive ways to take ownership of actions and choices, therapy can support personal transformation and empower individuals to cultivate healthier relationships and environments. In conclusion, the refusal to take responsibility for one's actions is a behavior that transcends individual interactions to impact organizational culture, societal norms, and personal well-being. Whether in historical tragedies, workplace dynamics, or personal relationships, the consequences of blame shifting and victim playing are far-reaching and profound. By fostering a culture of accountability, promoting self-awareness, and embracing constructive dialogue, individuals and communities can mitigate the negative effects of irresponsibility and pave the way for mutual respect, growth, and resilience. Number 5. Lying. The habit of lying is a pervasive issue that infiltrates various aspects of life, impacting both individuals and the communities they inhabit. Those who engage in habitual lying often do so for personal gain or to manipulate others, disregarding the foundational values of trust and integrity crucial for healthy relationships and societal cohesion. In professional settings, habitual liars can wreak havoc on team dynamics and organizational culture. Imagine a scenario where a colleague consistently fabricates achievements or exaggerates their contributions to projects. Such behavior not only distorts reality, but also undermines teamwork and erodes trust among co-workers. Studies highlight that workplace dishonesty not only lowers morale but also diminishes productivity and increases conflicts within teams, ultimately affecting the overall success of projects and the well-being of employees. Similarly, in personal relationships, that can inflict profound emotional damage and strain trust. For instance, a friend who habitually lies about their actions or whereabouts jeopardizes the trust essential for genuine friendship. These falsehoods can escalate, leading to misunderstandings and fractured bonds. Research underscores that trust is the cornerstone of enduring relationships, and habitual lying can destabilize and shorten their lifespan, leaving individuals feeling betrayed and uncertain. The motivations behind habitual lying are diverse and complex. Some individuals may lie to bolster their self-image or social status, fabricating experiences or possessions to garner admiration from others. This behavior not only deceives those around them but also reveals underlying insecurities and a reliance on external validation for self-worth. Habitual liars may manipulate others for personal advantage, using deceit to gain control or exploit situations. In romantic relationships, for example, a partner who consistently misrepresents their emotions or intentions may do so to maintain dominance or avoid confronting deeper issues. Such manipulation erodes the emotional intimacy and trust essential for a healthy partnership, leaving the deceived party feeling vulnerable and emotionally wounded. Beyond individual relationships, habitual lying can have far-reaching societal consequences. In communities and social circles, individuals who spread misinformation or gossip can sow discord and fracture trust among peers. This behavior not only undermines unity but also fosters an atmosphere of suspicion and division, weakening the social fabric and impeding collective progress. This bad habit can perpetuate a destructive cycle, desensitizing individuals to the ethical and moral implications of their actions. Research indicates that repeated deceit can erode one's sense of personal integrity and ethical boundaries, leading to a compromised self-image and damaged reputation over time. Addressing the pervasive issue of habitual lying requires a multifaceted approach. It necessitates both individual introspection and collective efforts to foster a culture of honesty and accountability. Implementing clear ethical standards and promoting transparent communication in workplaces can mitigate dishonest practices and cultivate an environment where integrity thrives. On a personal level, confronting deceptive behavior with empathy and clarity is essential for maintaining healthy relationships. Setting boundaries and holding individuals accountable for their actions can help deter habitual lying and preserve trust and mutual respect. In general, it is not merely a personal failing but a pervasive pattern of behavior with profound repercussions. Whether in professional environments, personal relationships, or broader societal contexts, habitual lying undermines trust, perpetuates manipulation, and erodes the foundations of meaningful interactions. By recognizing the signs of habitual lying and taking proactive steps to address it, individuals and communities can cultivate environments where honesty, integrity, and trust flourish, fostering healthier relationships and stronger communities overall. Number 6. The chilling absence of remorse. Evil doesn't wear a neon sign. It can lurk behind a charming smile or a friendly facade. A key indicator of a malicious individual is the chilling absence of remorse. These people lack the internal compass that guides most of us towards regret for causing harm. They leave a trail of broken promises and shattered trust, untroubled by the wreckage they've caused. Imagine a romantic partner, let's call him Alex, who consistently makes empty promises. He swears he'll help with chores, be there for important events, or finally mend the broken lamp, but those promises evaporate like morning mist. When confronted about his broken commitments, Alex doesn't apologize. Instead, he deflects blame, claiming unforeseen circumstances or painting himself as the victim of an unfair critique. This is a classic sign of a narcissist, someone who lacks empathy and prioritizes their self-image above all else. Their lack of remorse for the disappointment they cause is a clear warning sign. As the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become one. But a toxic boss can be a monster in disguise. Imagine a supervisor, Ms. Thorne, who takes credit for your hard work and throws you under the bus when things go wrong. When you try to address this blatant injustice, Ms. Thorne feigns ignorance or even throws you a metaphorical crumb, a minor task delegated to you to make it appear like you're getting recognized. This manipulative behavior is designed to silence you and maintain the power imbalance. Her lack of remorse for stealing your credit and deflecting blame reveals a character fueled by ambition, devoid of any sense of fairness or respect for your contributions. These individuals are masters of deflection. They possess an uncanny ability to dodge responsibility like a seasoned bullfighter. Confront them about a broken promise or a deceitful action, and suddenly they're the victim of a misunderstanding. They'll conjure elaborate excuses, painting a picture where they're the hero of their own narrative. This emotional contortionism is a glaring sign of their lack of remorse. They're far more concerned with self-preservation than taking ownership of their actions. Statistics are sobering. A study by the Mayo Clinic suggests that prolonged exposure to toxic individuals can lead to a decrease in self-esteem, chronic stress, and even a weakened immune system. Recognizing the absence of remorse is a crucial skill for safeguarding your emotional and physical well-being. People who don't feel an ounce of guilt for hurting others are likely to repeat their toxic patterns. They operate under the false belief that their actions have no consequences. Identifying this red flag and setting firm boundaries is the first line of defense in protecting yourself from emotional vampires who drain your energy and happiness. Think of the old adage, a bad penny always turns up. People who lack remorse rarely change their spots. They may offer empty apologies to appease you in the moment, but their actions inevitably speak louder than words. Distancing yourself from someone who consistently exhibits a lack of remorse isn't a sign of weakness, it's an act of self-care. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift and respect you, not those who leave you feeling emotionally bruised and unseen. Furthermore, living with a lack of remorse can be a self-destructive path. Imagine a neighbor, let's call him Ben, who constantly borrows money or tools without ever returning them. When pressed about it, he displays a nonchalant attitude, brushing it off as a minor inconvenience. This behavior not only hurts those around him but also stunts his own personal growth. Without the ability to learn from past mistakes and experience genuine remorse, Ben remains trapped in a cycle of poor choices and strained relationships. The absence of remorse can even have societal consequences. Imagine a corporation that knowingly pollutes the environment, causing damage to public health and ecosystems. When confronted with the evidence, the company executives offer hollow apologies and meager financial settlements. Their lack of remorse for the harm they've inflicted not only reflects poorly on their character, but also creates a climate of distrust and cynicism within the community. History is rife with examples of devastating consequences arising from the absence of remorse. Think of dictators who commit atrocities against their own people or corporations that prioritize profit over the safety of their employees. In these cases, the lack of remorse paves the way for further acts of cruelty and injustice. It's crucial to hold individuals and institutions accountable for their actions and foster a culture of empathy and responsibility. Ultimately, recognizing the absence of remorse empowers you to make informed choices about the people you surround yourself with. By understanding this chilling personality trait, you can choose to cultivate relationships with those who value honesty, accountability, and genuine regret when they cause harm. This not only protects your own well-being, but also contributes to building a more. Number 7. The venomous thorn, recognizing and evading cruelty. Number 7 on the list of evils that entangle us, cruelty. Unlike other shadowy evils, cruelty operates in the harsh light of day, its ugliness readily apparent. It's the deliberate infliction of pain, a venomous thorn pricking at the soul. This evil thrives not in deception but in open aggression, with perpetrators deriving a twisted pleasure from the suffering they cause. Imagine a neighborhood where children play. One child, let's call him Alex, takes delight in tearing down sandcastles built by others. His laughter rings out not with joy, but with a chilling satisfaction at witnessing the collapse of another's creation. This, at its core, is cruelty, taking pleasure in the destruction of another's efforts. History is rife with examples of cruelty on a grand scale. From the barbaric gladiatorial games of ancient Rome, where humans were forced to fight for their lives to entertain crowds, to the systematic persecution of minority groups throughout history, cruelty has served as a tool of control and oppression. The lingering impact of these acts serves as a stark reminder of the profound devastation cruelty can leave in its wake. But cruelty isn't confined to grand gestures or historical atrocities. It can lurk in subtler forms within our daily lives. A social media comment section filled with hateful diatribes is a breeding ground for cruelty. The anonymity provided by the digital world emboldens some to spew venom, inflicting emotional wounds with a click of a button. Studies suggest that exposure to cyberbullying can have a significant impact on mental health, leading to feelings of isolation, anxiety, and even depression. The workplace, too, can be a breeding ground for cruelty. A manager who thrives on pitting employees against each other, fostering a culture of competition and fear, is wielding a form of cruelty. This creates a toxic environment where creativity is stifled and collaboration becomes an afterthought. Instead of growth and innovation, such tactics breed resentment and a hollow sense of victory. The good news is that we can learn to recognize and evade cruelty. Just as a gardener cultivates a space free of invasive weeds, we can cultivate a life free of toxic personalities. Pay close attention to the way someone makes you feel. Does their presence leave you feeling emotionally drained or belittled? Do their actions consistently undermine your confidence or sense of self-worth? These are signs that cruelty might be at play. By nurturing our own empathy and surrounding ourselves with individuals who value kindness and compassion, we create a powerful shield against cruelty. When confronted with cruelty, set boundaries and remove yourself from the situation if necessary. Remember, self-preservation isn't cowardice. It's a necessary step in protecting your well-being. There is no shortage of kindness and compassion in the world. Actively seek those who embody these qualities, and create a life where cruelty withers in the face of love and understanding. Number 8. Friends and family warnings about the bad person's character. Friends and family become your personal truth squad when it comes to navigating the sometimes murky waters of relationships. Imagine yourself at a bustling marketplace, captivated by a dazzling array of exotic fruits. One particularly vibrant offering catches your eye, but before you take a bite, a concerned vendor, familiar with the local produce, warns you it might be poisonous. Their caution, though interrupting your initial enthusiasm, could save you from a painful experience. Similarly, friends and family act as these experienced vendors, possessing a deeper knowledge of your emotional palette and past experiences. They've witnessed your vulnerabilities and strengths firsthand, allowing them to identify potential pitfalls you might miss while swept up in the initial thrill of a new connection or the pressure to impress new colleagues. Ignoring their warnings can be like neglecting a flashing check engine light on your car's dashboard. Studies by reputable organizations like the Gottman Institute have shown that individuals entering unhealthy relationships often overlook early warning signs. Friends and family, however, come equipped with the invaluable perspective of hindsight. They've observed this person's behavior across different situations and relationships, offering a broader picture than the meticulously crafted persona presented to you. Their warnings are not mere whispers of negativity, but cautionary tales woven from lived experiences. These warnings are precious because they provide a neutral viewpoint, untainted by the rose-colored glasses of new love or the desperate need to fit in at a new job. Consider it this way: true friends wouldn't risk jeopardizing your happiness with unfounded negativity. Their genuine concern for your well-being fuels their honesty, unlike a charismatic stranger whose charm might be a carefully honed performance. The strength of these warnings builds with their consistency. If a chorus of voices, ranging from your closest confidant to a casual acquaintance who knows this person, expresses similar concerns about their character, it's a glaring red flag that demands your attention. Imagine multiple flashing lights and blaring sirens on your airplane's instrument panel. You wouldn't simply dismiss them and continue the flight, would you? However, navigating these situations requires a discerning mind. Not all warnings are created equal. Sometimes, concerns might stem from misunderstandings or personal biases. The key lies in approaching these situations with an open mind and a critical eye. Actively listen to the reasons behind the warnings, weigh the information against your own observations, and trust your gut instinct. It's ultimately your decision, but by valuing your loved one's insights and remaining vigilant, you can navigate the complexities of relationships with greater clarity and avoid emotional turbulence. Think of your loved ones as your personal emotional compass. Just as a compass helps you navigate unfamiliar terrain, their warnings can guide you through the uncharted territory of new relationships. They can point out hidden dangers you might miss in the initial excitement, like a hidden reef lurking beneath a shimmering turquoise surface. Remember, they've known you for years, witnessed your strengths and vulnerabilities, and ultimately want to see you forge healthy, fulfilling connections. Let's face it, these warnings can be uncomfortable. They can force us to confront a reality that might not align with our initial hopes and desires. It's easier to believe the charming facade than to accept the possibility of negativity. But as the saying goes, a growth often resides outside our comfort zone. True emotional development often comes from stepping outside the bubble of initial infatuation and acknowledging uncomfortable truths. Social media, with its carefully curated feeds, can paint a distorted picture of relationships. Friends and family, however, offer a more realistic perspective. They've seen you navigate past relationships, witnessed your struggles and triumphs. Their insights can help you identify unhealthy patterns you might repeat or red flags you might overlook in the initial stages of a new connection. Remember, sometimes the most valuable gifts come wrapped in discomfort. The warnings from loved ones, though unsettling, can be a form of tough love. They care enough about your well-being to challenge your initial perceptions and encourage you to approach new relationships with a discerning eye. By valuing their insights, you equip yourself to build stronger, healthier connections in the long run. The decision of how much weight to give these warnings lies with you. However, dismissing them entirely can be like ignoring a weather forecast predicting a sudden storm. Just as you wouldn't venture out unprepared for a downpour, don't enter a new relationship blind to potential emotional turmoil. By valuing your loved one's insights and maintaining a healthy dose of skepticism, you can navigate the complexities of relationships with greater wisdom and protect yourself from potential emotional heartache. Number 9. The corrosive touch of contempt, when words wound deeper than blades. Contempt isn't a blunt force trauma. It's a slow-acting poison that seeps into the soul, eroding self-esteem and leaving a trail of emotional devastation. Unlike anger, which can be a fleeting burst, contempt is a simmering disdain, a calculated dismissal of another's worth. It's the emotional equivalent of looking down your nose at someone, a subtle yet potent form of manipulation wielded by those who seek to control. Think of a beautiful sculpture, meticulously crafted from the finest marble. Now imagine someone chipping away at its details, day by day, with snide remarks and dismissive laughter. This relentless negativity is the essence of contempt. It doesn't aim to improve, it aims to diminish, to reduce you to a mere shadow of your true potential. Beyond criticism, contempt goes beyond mere criticism. Constructive criticism offers a path for improvement, but contempt thrives on tearing down without offering a hand to rebuild. Imagine a coach who, instead of strategizing with their athlete, constantly criticizes their every move with a bitter undertone. Such behavior demoralizes and ultimately hampers the athlete's progress. This is the essence of contempt in action. The stifling of creativity. Great ideas often bloom in fertile ground nurtured by encouragement and acceptance. Contempt, however, acts like a frost, nipping at the buds of creativity before they have a chance to blossom. Think of a child eager to share their artistic creation, only to be met with a contemptuous sneer and a condescending, "Is that the best you can do?" Such negativity can stifle a child's creative spirit and their confidence to explore their talents. The erosion of trust. Trust is the bedrock of any healthy relationship. Contemptuous behavior chips away at this foundation, leaving behind a chasm of suspicion and insecurity. Imagine a partner who constantly questions your judgment, implying you're incapable of making sound decisions. This breeds resentment and makes it difficult to establish a sense of mutual trust, essential for any lasting bond. The mask of humor. Sometimes, contempt hides behind the veil of humor, disguised as playful banter. However, the sting of these seemingly harmless jokes can leave lasting wounds. Imagine a colleague who cracks a joke at your expense, laughing at your ideas or subtly mocking your background. Though presented as teasing, these digs are manipulative tactics designed to undermine your confidence and assert dominance. Empowering yourself. The antidote to contempt is self-worth. Recognize your inherent value and the unique strengths you bring to the table. Don't allow anyone to dim your inner light. Imagine a lighthouse, its powerful beam guiding ships through treacherous waters. Even in the face of harsh storms, it continues to shine, a symbol of resilience and unwavering purpose. Develop this same inner strength and allow it to illuminate your path forward. Building a support system. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not tear you down. Seek out those who celebrate your individuality, champion your dreams, and inspire you to reach for the stars. Imagine a garden overflowing with vibrant flowers, each one unique and adding to the overall beauty. True support systems are like this garden, fostering an environment where all individuals can flourish. The power of boundaries. Don't be afraid to set boundaries with those who engage in contemptuous behavior. You have the right to be treated with respect. Imagine a warrior with a sturdy shield, deflecting the arrows of negativity aimed your way. Learn to set healthy boundaries, protecting your emotional well-being from the barbs of contempt. Remember, your potential is limitless. Don't allow anyone to clip your wings with their negativity. Embrace the power of self-worth, surround yourself with positive influences, and watch yourself soar. Number 10. Animal abuse. Animals, with their trusting gazes and unwavering devotion, hold a unique mirror to our souls. Their vulnerability exposes our capacity for compassion, or the chilling absence of it. Animal abuse isn't merely a transgression, it's a deafening alarm bell, a stark warning about a person's potential for darkness. Imagine a magnificent elephant, its powerful spirit crushed beneath the weight of chains, forced to perform degrading tricks for our entertainment. This act of robbing a creature of its dignity and inflicting suffering for fleeting amusement speaks volumes. It reveals a disturbing disregard for the inherent value of life, a hollowness where empathy should reside. Beyond physical cruelty, neglect is a silent tormentor. Picture a once-spirited parrot, its vibrant feathers dulled and its voice reduced to a mere rasp, languishing in a cramped cage devoid of stimulation. This chronic neglect speaks of a fundamental disconnect from the needs of another living being. It betrays a callous indifference to the responsibility that comes with companionship. The abuse of animals can be a symptom of a deeper societal malaise. Studies by the American Psychological Association, APA, have shown a link between animal cruelty and violence towards humans. Someone who can inflict pain on a defenseless creature without remorse may harbor a dangerous potential for escalation, posing a threat not only to animals but also to humans. The normalization of animal cruelty breeds a society numb to suffering. Imagine a bustling shopping mall where a dog, desperately thirsty, whimpers next to an empty water bowl ignored by its owner. Passers-by hurry past, their attention consumed by the allure of consumerism. This collective indifference not only condones the abuse, but also fosters a culture of apathy. Fortunately, there are those who refuse to be bystanders. Countless animal shelters across the globe become sanctuaries for the abused, offering a safe haven for healing and a chance at rediscovering love. Imagine a dedicated veterinarian patiently treating a rescued dog, its body bearing the scars of past neglect. This act of selfless service is a testament to the power of compassion to mend even the most broken souls. The fight against animal abuse requires a multi-pronged approach. Educating children about the incredible bond humans can share with animals, fostering a sense of stewardship for the environment, and promoting responsible pet ownership are crucial steps towards building a more humane society. Imagine an engaging after-school program where children learn about the importance of responsible dog walking and proper training techniques. This early exposure to animal care not only equips them with practical skills, but also instills a respect for the needs of their furry companions. Effective enforcement of animal cruelty laws sends a clear message: abuse will not be tolerated. Imagine a courtroom where a prosecutor, with unwavering determination, presents a compelling case against an animal abuser. This pursuit of justice not only ensures that the victim receives some semblance of retribution, but also serves as a deterrent, protecting future animals from suffering. By supporting organizations that champion animal rights, advocating for ethical treatment in factory farms and research facilities, and speaking up against cruelty whenever we witness it, we create a ripple effect for positive change. Imagine a group of passionate volunteers organizing a petition drive to ban the use of animals in cosmetics testing. This collective action demonstrates the power of individuals to create meaningful social change, one paw print at a time. Animals enrich our lives with their unconditional love and loyalty. Let us strive to create a world where the magnificent elephant roams free, the once neglected parrot sings with renewed joy in a spacious aviary, and the rescued dog finds solace in the loving embrace of its forever home. In this world, the bond between humans and animals is built on mutual respect, compassion, and the recognition that all living beings deserve kindness. It's important to recognize these signs and consider the impact of being around someone with these traits. While it may be difficult to realize when we're blinded by friendship, love, or respect for someone, it's essential to prioritize the safety and well-being of the animals and ourselves. If you suspect someone is being cruel to animals, consider distancing yourself and, if possible, report the behavior to the appropriate authorities to protect the animals and prevent future harm. If you know other signs of a bad person that haven't been mentioned here, put them in the comments. We had loved to read your opinion. If you've made it to the end, write in the comments, "Good always triumphs over evil." If you found these insights valuable, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more wisdom. Thank you and see you in the next video.